Hello, church. It's a joy to be with you today. Today, we continue to study about wisdom, and we're in Proverbs 21. And this starts out in verse 1 that the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. So the Lord had control of the king's heart, and for that matter, any man's heart. And he's able to steer him to serve God's purpose. We know that Pharaoh to Joseph, also Nebuchadnezzar to Daniel, Cyrus to Nehemiah, even Alexander the Great. So whether they're pagan or what, God can still control them. He's in control of all men. And like the rivers of water, he turns it wherever he goes. And then in verse 2, it says, every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the heart. And this is much similar to the verse that we had last week. And it says, all the ways of a man are pure in his own eyes, but the God weighs the spirit. So we see a number of these wise statements repeated through Proverbs. And maybe they're stated in a different way, but they have the same meaning here. So naturally, and by nature, we justify ourselves. Sometimes we do it in sincerity, sometimes with deception, but stubborn pride makes us generally think that our ways are always right in our own eyes. And men and women are confident in their ways, but God knows. We justify things according to his heart, but God weighs the heart of men and women, knowing that the heart doesn't justify anything. And then let's jump over to verse 13. Whoever shuts the ears to the cry of the poor will also cry himself not to be heard. So this is where we reap what we sow. But how important is that? How important is it to take care of the poor? And let me just go back and look at Proverbs 19:17. And I want you to listen to this statement. This is a really powerful statement. He who has pity on the poor lends to the Lord, and he will pay back what he has given. So for us to have pity on the poor, who do we lend to? We lend to the Lord. It's not that we're lending to the poor, we're lending to the Lord. And who's going to pay us back? He's going to pay us back. And how much is he going to pay us back? He's very generous, a lot more than we gave. And if you remember out of Malachi 3:10, it tells it for him to bring food into his house, into the Lord's house. He said, and try me. The only place I know it says try me is if I won't open the windows of heaven and pour out blessings upon that you won't be able to count for or handle. And then let's look down at verse 23. Whoever guards his mouth and tongue keeps his soul from trouble. And this can cause much trouble. With our tongue, we can tear down what it took many, many years to be. Within a moment, we can speak out that we should guard our tongue. We should not do that. And sometimes we think it's righteous anger. Well, I'm afraid we're much wrong again. We're justifying our own ways and thinks our ways are right. But it can be very damaging. And we know that. So may God bless you today, and may you use your tongue in a way that would glorify him. And always consider the poor, putting their interests before you. And boy, what a blessing you lend to the Lord. May God bless you today.